An introduction to the Social Security number in the United States. The Social Security Administration has emphasized that the Social Security number identifies a particular record only, and the Social Security card indicates the person whose record is identified by that number. Thus, the Social Security card was not meant to identify the bearer. From 1946 to 1972, the legend "Not for Identification" was printed on the face of the card, as a warning that no proof of identity was required to get a Social Security card. However, the legend was largely ignored and was eventually dropped. The original Social Security Act of 1935 did not expressly mention the use of Social Security numbers, but it did authorize the creation of some type of record-keeping scheme. In a decision dated April 16, 1964, the Commissioner of Social Security approved the issuance of Social Security numbers to pupils in the 9th grade and above. If a school requests such issuance, it indicates willingness to cooperate in the effort. In June 1965, the Commissioner of Social Security authorized the issuance of a Social Security number to every recipient of state old age assistance benefits who did not already have one, in order to establish a more efficient process to exchange of information between these agencies and the Social Security Administration. Although today most people are under the impression that a Social Security number is required for more than just Social Security purposes, this is not the case, and never has been. This impression came in part from the fact that in 1943, the Civil Service Commission decided that there should be a numerical identification system for all federal employees, and proposed to the Bureau of the Budget that the use of the Social Security number be authorized for this purpose. This led to the issuance of Executive Order 9397, which provides in part as follows. In 1961, the Internal Revenue Service began using the Social Security number for taxpayer identification by an amendment to the Internal Revenue Code that authorized the Secretary of the Treasury to request that each person making a return statement or that other document under the Internal Revenue Code to include such identifying number as may be prescribed for securing proper identification of such person.
The reason you have received this phone call from our department is to inform you that there's a legal enforcement actions filed on your Social Security number for fraudulent activities. So when you get this message, kindly call back at the earliest possible on our number before we begin with the legal proceedings that is
The Congress, in Section 137 of the Social Security Amendments of 1972, requires the Secretary of the Department of Health, Education, and Welfare to take affirmative measures to issue Social Security numbers to any individual who is an applicant for or recipient of benefits under any program financed in whole or in part from federal funds, including any child on whose behalf those benefits are. But it is also clear that an enumeration of individuals under the Social Security Act was intended to be limited to those receiving federal entitlements. Under the 1972 amendments, all members of aid for families with dependent children households, including children, are required to furnish their Social Security number in order to qualify for benefits. This statutory scheme has since been amended, although the Social Security number requirement has been retained in virtually identical form. In April 1974, it was decided that participating states could enumerate Medicaid recipients in addition to AFDC beneficiaries. Under the Tax Reform Act of 1976, states are authorized to require Social Security numbers as identifiers for state programs, including general public assistance. In addition, since 1970, Social Security numbers are an eligible requirement for many food stamp household members.